Good morning, beautiful summer's day today. This morning, we are going on Virgin Radio. Now, for people who do not know, Virgin Radio is a big, the dog's going to attack me, I might not even make it. Virgin Radio, big radio station here in the UK. And I'm going on the breakfast show with Chris Evans. So again, for the people outside the UK, more so inside the UK, Chris Evans is I would say it's a pretty big deal. He's done loads of TV programmes in the UK, now does radio for Virgin. And I just want to shout out Tech and Sports for this one, because they reached out to him and due to time commitments, he couldn't do it. So he put my name forward. And yeah, they messaged me yesterday. I'll read you what they said this morning. They did say initially as well, don't be disheartened if it doesn't happen, because with live radio, things sometimes change. But I got a message this morning asking for my full name, good start, and they said you'll most likely be on at 8:45 this morning. It's now 7:37. And then he said, Chris will most likely chat to you about tips and tricks, etc., if that's okay. So yeah, more than okay. I'm excited. My first appearance on radio. I will be inviting Chris Evans. I keep saying Chris Tarrant, by the way, so I need to be careful of that. I will be inviting Chris Evans to a car boot sale with me if he wants to come hunting. But what the producer said, that he's really getting into the whole reselling thing. So it is becoming more and more popular. So yeah, excited. If you're watching this video, it did happen. If you're not watching this video, guess what? It didn't happen. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good fun. It'll be good to speak to someone on the radio. I have to practice my posh radio voice. But anyway, we've got just under an hour until they're going to call me, hopefully. So I'm just going to go and pick a few orders. I need to find a way to record it as well, the actual radio part. I think you can go onto like Global Play and record it after the fact. So yeah, let's go and pick the orders. I won't do a pick and pack video. Next time you see me, I'll be sitting at home about to start the call.
All Guest Tuesday, passes over to you.
Our next guest knows how to turn trash into cash. He is the eBay expert whose Bold Finds YouTube channel has over 1 million total views. So please welcome a man who's all about the gains and all about the James Baldy.
Good morning, James.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Oh, great, James. Thanks so much for being here. James started reselling after he was made redundant from his job in recruitment during COVID. Tell us about that time, please, James.
Yeah, so during the first lockdown, I was put on furlough, and after a while, I had the dreaded email for a call. I was made redundant, and after being in recruitment for 8 or 9 years or so, I decided it's time to work for myself, and I went down this deep, dark world of reselling.
All right, so had you eBayed before?
I had done a little bit on the side. I mean, my journey, Chris, started when I was about 6 years of age. My dad used to take me round the car boot sales and use me as a vulnerable child to go and negotiate the bargains. So it started at a young age. I've always had a bit of a knack for the buying and selling.
All right, so you do hear of people making a living from eBay and reselling things, you know, on other sites, not just eBay. Could you give us some sort of killer tips that you know to work, because you are like the ninja of this world?
Yeah, absolutely. You learn over time, and that's the most important thing. Now, I'm part of a group called the Reseller Greatness Group, which has over 2,000 resellers all around the world, from America, Australia, Canada, and the UK. So I'm part of that group, and that's been really good to learn. But some of the tips I would give is, when you first start out, make sure you're checking the eBay solds and looking at what we call sell-through. So you can imagine, Chris, if there is an item, say there's an item and there's 100 listed and only one has sold, don't focus on that one sold, because you've got 100 others you are competing with, so it's probably not a good item. So yeah, checking the eBay solds, super important. I would also say things such as shipping fast as well. People this day and age want things yesterday, so make sure you ship as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But also build the business slow and steady as well to help maintain cash flow. Think about good pictures when you're listing, good pictures and titles to help the item sell.
So important.
especially the pictures, Chris. I mean, people sort of look at the pictures first and then decide whether they're going to click onto your listing. And most importantly, and what I've learned over the years, is really enjoy it. It's really fun to work for yourself. It's stressful at times, but very rewarding. So enjoy what you do, and it never feels like you're working a day in your life.
Okay, no, it's for all the fun, isn't it? You just got to get organised. The picture's so important. Like you say, you know, we do auctions on the radio, and we have now websites, live websites that run in conjunction with our auctions, and it's all about the pictures. It's all about the graphics. It's about the excitement. It always amazes me, James, and I'm sure you feel the same. You know, if I'm looking at some cars for sale, some old classic cars, and the pictures are rubbish, you know, and the garages are untidy, I think, what how do you think this is going to help the sale? Or if you look at an Airbnb, do you know what I mean? And the beds are barely made. And yet people still do buy those cars. They still do rent out those flats. If you put a bit of care into it, it goes a long way. Can you run us through some of your most interesting sales thus far?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I actually had one last week. I purchased a Carhartt jacket from a charity shop for £20.
Love Carhartt,
and
yes.
It was a Carhartt collab, and there has been some that have sold in America for over $700.
Mm-hmm.
And this one sold for just under £500 the other day.
And was
So
that
that's been an interesting flip.
was that a price to buy? What do they call it? What is it called? Buy now. Was it a buy now price?
Yeah, it's a buy it now, yeah. So I predominantly do most of my stuff on buy it now.
Got
you
it.
can run auctions, but I think eBay as a platform has really changed now. It used to be very auction heavy, and now it's very much buy it now heavy. And I think that's just become, because of the way the economy's changed. As I say, people want stuff and want it now. They don't want to wait 7 or 10 days for an auction to end.
Yeah.
So most of my stuff I do put on buy it now.
Yeah, and also it's fun if you got the time. It's like going fishing, isn't it? Without a hook almost. It's fun if you got the time to enter an auction, but also the sniping at the end. People can't cope with it, you know, in the last 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that is fun. I must admit, when I do run auctions, I do like sitting there in the last minute or two, like you say, just to watch it go from, you know, £5 up to £50 in a matter of seconds. That is fun.
Can I ask you about the most expensive thing you've managed to sell?
I would probably say it is that Carhartt jacket. I think it's up there with a musical instrument I brought ages ago. I can't even remember the name of the musical instrument. I actually went on a jumble trail, which is where you go around different houses to buy.
Oh, what a laugh! A jumble trail.
Yeah. It's so cool because you just get in the car and drive to house. And this was sitting on a lady's driveway and she wanted £10 for it.
Right.
I didn't have a clue what it was, to be honest with you, back then. It was in the early days.
Right.
And I got home, done some research, and I think I sold that for $4.50 as well. But yeah,
I love
it's been
all
fun.
this, James. I love all this. Apparently, you've got 2 offside garages now where you store all the goods. Are they organised, or do they look a bit sort of clutter bucket? Those garages.
Well, you can't see them, so I'm going to tell you they look organised.
No,
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think they are as organised as they can. So I work from home. I
Right.
put my garage down the garden where I do all the photos. So with today's heat, it was up at 4 a.m. to do the photos because it's a metal shed and it gets really hot. Then I've got the 2 off-site garages where I also use to document the YouTube channel as well.
Beautiful.
So I've been doing the YouTube channel for about 3 years now, and I love it. I love just showing people what I do. I love taking the GoPro around the car boot and showing people what you can find, because there's so many people out there who aren't resellers who just enjoy the treasure hunt. So the car boot videos do really well.
And because, you know, often people want to put stuff on eBay, then they begin the process thinking, oh, this is taking far too long. How quickly can you do it from photographing an item in your garage or in the garden or wherever it looks best, from the first click of the first photo to putting it on eBay? How quickly can you do it?
So I'm doing 15 items a day at the moment, every single day. And honestly, I can have the 15 sets of photos and the 15 listings done in probably under an hour and a half. But look, that's 3 years of experience.
Yeah.
But the great thing is there's some AI tools coming out. There's actually one that's just been released within our group where you have to drag the photos in and it does everything else for you. It does the eBay title, it prices the item, it does all the keywords for you. And that's called Better AI Lister. And that's going to be hitting the UK in the next couple of weeks, which is really exciting.
Right, and will you do this is this you now? Are you done? Have you found your lane?
Oh, I wouldn't want to do anything else,
Sounds
honestly.
great,
It's the best
man.
job in the world.
Sounds great. Sounds really good. And when you are listing the items, the words you use, is it a concise description, an honest description? You've already told us that sending things off as quickly as possible and packaging them really well, and, you know, so you get a great feedback. What about actual words and sentences?
Yeah, I think the title is really important. So we always start with the brand. So for instance, with the Carhartt jacket, we would do Carhartt jacket.
Yeah.
Then we do the size, like size medium. Then we do the color. And then it's really important to get your keywords in at the end. So think about how your customer is going to search for the item.
Yeah.
You know, you might have things like canvas, you might have utility, you might have workwear, etc.
Yeah.
So you're really looking at them keywords to really get in there to help the customer find the item.
All right, and I saw a glut of paddle boards about a year after COVID. Have you seen any other waves like that coming in and going out?
As in like trending stuff that comes in?
Yes.
Do you know what? A couple of years ago, when we had the first real heat wave for many years in the UK, paddling pools, people were going out and buying them from high street shops and flipping on eBay for about 10x the profit because people were desperate for paddling pools.
They were selling out.
And Pokemon cards, that's come back in. I had the original collection of Pokemon cards when I was a kid growing up. I think my mum and dad sold them at the car boot when I was young for probably $5 for the whole folder. And now Pokemon's definitely hot, so that's really hot, and that's coming back in for sure.
All right, I could talk to you all morning. I bet you can tell that. James, you do have your own YouTube channel. It is you and your story of like going around and hunting things down and trailblazing and smashing eBay. What is the name of that YouTube channel?
Yeah, so the YouTube channel is called Bold Finds, so BoldFinds, and I do YouTube and TikTok. And Chris, if you ever want to come to a car boot sale with me, you're more than welcome.
I'd love it.
And take you around and we can go and grab some bargains.
Try and keep me away. And it doesn't surprise you at all that Tash put some of Eli's Harry Potter stuff online one night and she woke up the next day and it'd all been sold.
Yeah, maybe either two things. I mean, Harry Potter is really popular, or maybe it was underpriced and the snipers are out there. So she might have got sniped.
I think it was a combination of two. Let's not get into that. She's quite pleased with herself, so I'm not going to even ask what she put them up for. Great to talk to you, James. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Let's hear it for James Boldy. He was great, wasn't he? Making a living, reselling, part of the reseller message.
That was fun. I think I've done all right. Obviously nervous, but getting into the flow of the conversation as well. Quite hard to hear them on the phone at times, so I had to kind of pause and have a think about some of the questions he asked. Caught me out a little bit with regards to like the trending stuff coming in, the paddle boards thing. I haven't really heard about the paddle boards, but yeah, that was cool. So the debut radio appearance on Virgin Radio. Hopefully Chris takes me up on the offer and comes boot sailing with me. That's cool. I'm a bit overwhelmed by that. So yeah, just want to say massive thank you again to Tech and Sports for setting that up. Let's see what it does for the YouTube channel as well. I'm going to have a look at the subscribers now and maybe check back in a couple of hours, see whether we get a little boost on subscribers. Hopefully we do. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.